today. From Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the New York Giants. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Leading him out, the rookie from Ohio State at 22 years of age, it's Justin Fields.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Flushed out right. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner. Great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. He's got the first down here inside the 30.
Let's get that scrappy, y'all.
Chicago. Tariq Cohen with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bears on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Eddie Goldman forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. If they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he's got some space here. The 40. The 20. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 84 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there for Chicago.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the give, this is Cohen. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 59 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And the return will stop right around the 25. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Now Saquon Barkley. Nice little juke. Gets through, and now an opening. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Giants have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A check on the numbers from Goodwin last week. 6 catches, 122 yards.
Having a nice season. Number 8 in the league in receiving yards. And not just making his team happy, but anyone who's picked him in fantasy football.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Flush to his right. James has got it. Complete.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, it's Cohen. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man. Complete. It's James. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Fields now to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Goodwin able to haul it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 81 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking
in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Jalen Smith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now a first down throw, Fields. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. This is Cohen. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Fields. Going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Give the sack to Blake Martinez.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. It's a blind squirrel. And he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Now here comes Daniel Jones. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After reviewing the play, the run on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jakeem Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Bears have retaken the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing Jones.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right back to Toney. He's got another one.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Now Jones.
That'll be caught. It's Toney. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
A giant hole up the middle.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead. Gano now to add the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Jakeem Grant now to return.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Off play action. Fields.
Flushed out right.
He'll get that complete to his tight end connect.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
One play action. Fields.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, he tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. But when you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
Gano for the extra point. Pushes the lead up to 11. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
This is Jakeem Grant.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Flush to his right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So we've come upon halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Jones. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
13 yards, the tally on the return there.
And the Bears take over.
Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. There's a ball thrown right side and complete.
Ooh, he's running.
Touchdown, Chicago. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears draw a bit closer. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And he'll get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
And sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And New York set to take the field.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to they'll drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room.
After that sack, 3rd and long. Tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It'll be a 41-yard punt, giving 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 9. A huge play there for Chicago.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big
open man. He finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have retaken a third-quarter lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Has some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Jones throwing on 3rd and long. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Get me! Let's go! Let's go!
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Yeah, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Darnay Holmes just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Play action. It's Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A big play there on the catch and run.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the G-men have taken the lead here in the 4th. Gano the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Here comes Grant on the return.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. I mean, we could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here's Fields.
Sliding out of the pocket. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. But now it's 3rd down.
To the air again, Fields. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
On 4th down, Fields.
Being chased out left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll run it again with Barkley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Wow, and even 200 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point try good by Gano. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Grant sets to return it.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Eluding the pressure right. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And quickly they get to the line. On 2nd and inches. Fields steps away to his left. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here.
Fields on 1st down.
Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. Touchdown, Bears!
Darnell Mooney.
Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Now the point after try for Santos. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Running again with Barkley on second down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
So now Fields and the Bears
down by a field goal, 1:40 remaining. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. They'll start with a give to Cohen. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete.
They're not even trying to do anything.
Darnell Mooney.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Santos now to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Here's Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now Jones. Open man has got it complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
To throw is Jones.
Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Oh, it don't
and
matter.
this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. The this was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now on comes the Bears offense as he'll be called in to go for 2.
Try to run it in with Montgomery.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bears,
they get a critical 10th win on the year with 1 game left to go.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.